Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. Welcome to my live. Today I am going to share with you the difference between juicing and blending, and I also brought along with me my juicer that I pretty much use all the time along with my blender. And hello everyone, how is everyone doing today? Thanks so much for joining in. I'm excited to share about two of my favorite things I do every day is juicing and blending, and I also have a fun Costco find that I found when I was there the other day that I wanted to share. I had shared on my stories if you guys wanted me to share more questions, because I get a lot of questions about my juice recipes and smoothie recipes that I usually share on my stories, and everyone's just had a few questions. I brought the questions along with me today too, and you're also welcome to ask me any questions here if you'd like. But hello everyone, how is everyone today? Happy Wednesday. But before I dive into that, I will just share what I found at Costco. I don't know if you guys have seen this in your Costco, but there was a whole box of organic ginger, and I am excited because I absolutely love ginger. Just look at all that fresh organic ginger in this box. It was in the refrigerator section, so I had to share that because I am so excited. I love ginger. I pretty much add it to always usually my juices and my smoothies. I also use it and grate it to cook with and all that kind of fun stuff. So I was so excited to find that, and I just wanted to share that with you. So see if, I know sometimes when you go to different Costco's, there's different things inside them, and I recently just found this in one by me. So if you are there anytime soon, definitely check it out and look for this big box of ginger. I wish I remember how much that it was, but I don't. I will check out my receipt and I'll share it later on my stories. But I absolutely love ginger. It is so good for you. It's such a healing food to incorporate into your smoothies and your meals, and just having it with warm water is also another great thing to do. So today I will share with you a little difference between juicing versus blending. I personally love both of them. I know when I shared the other day that I would be sharing about this, I asked what people prefer, and I guess a lot of people either they love juices or they love smoothies, or both. And for me, I just personally love them both. I definitely have been juicing for a long time. I just love the whole thing about juicing, everything from shopping for the produce, preparing it, juicing it, and I absolutely just love when I juice and I come home into my house and my house just smells like a juice bar. I know that's just one of the things I'd like to have one day is my own juice bar, because I just absolutely love juicing, and I pretty much keep it simple. I will share my green everyday go-to recipe with you, which is usually consists of kale, celery, cucumber, ginger, apple, also celery and parsley, and lemon or lime, or sometimes both, but that's pretty much the green juice that I go to a lot. I also, in the summertime, I love juicing watermelon and pineapple with either mint or ginger. It's such a good combo, and it's so hydrating. And then in the fall time, I definitely like more of my root vegetable juicing, like beets and carrots and things like that. And the thing with juicing is that when you juice, you're actually pulling all the juice out of all of the fruits and vegetables, and there's no fiber in there, so you're just getting the juice. And it's great to also have your juice on empty stomach, and it allows for faster absorption. You're going to get faster absorption of all of the nutrients and the vitamins because there is no fiber inside when you juice. But it also is very important not to juice too many apples and fruits and stuff like that, because it has a lot of sugar in it. So I pretty much usually in my green juice that I share, it's probably one apple or half an apple or a quarter of an apple in my juice. But that pretty much, and it allows for easy digestion and a boost of energy and all that kind of good stuff. So that's usually what comes along with when you're juicing. And when you are blending, which I will share the recipe of my blending, the smoothie that I usually, my favorite green go-to smoothie as well. This has fiber in it, so it allows for like easier digestion, that full feeling in your stomach. It's a great thing, especially a little bit for healthy weight loss, but you have to be careful on what you add into your smoothie, not adding a lot of sugars and nut butters and things like that, but it allows for like easy digestion, feeling full longer, it takes longer to absorb, and all that kind of good stuff. And it's a great way to just add in so many vegetables and greens into your everyday meals. That's usually when I am helping people to eat more plant-based foods. I always suggest about adding in greens, adding in vegetables, adding in fruits and things like that to whatever you're eating, and having smoothies is a great way to add in kale and spinach, and even I put frozen peas, frozen cauliflower and zucchini into smoothies. It helps it to make it nice and smooth. And there also are a lot of things that can kind of do both. Like pineapple can go in juicing and also a smoothie, or let's see what else. Cucumbers, but you pretty much usually want to juice a cucumber. Like avocados, bananas, no way, only you can blend them. But the majority of fruits and vegetables, they either are kind of one or the other. And as far as the green smoothie, my favorite go-to that I do every day, and I do share it a lot, it usually consists of like kale, mango, pineapple. I will put in there ginger. Let me see what else I put in there. I know I wrote it down. 1 second, because I know I always forget because I do it every day. And then I will do like sometimes lime or ginger, and I will always add in like chia seeds or hemp seeds or flax seeds. Sometimes more spinach, or maybe put pear, but I kind of usually stick to always having a bunch of kale. And I will also put cilantro in my green smoothie, and parsley, and even having like dandelion is so good and so healthy for you, but it's kind of bitter, so not everyone loves the taste of it. So it's another great way to add greens into your meals by having a smoothie and blending it. It's a great way to add in things like that. And what else do I put in my everyday? That's pretty much the staple, and I definitely love the tropical, more green smoothies. I do love berries and all that kind of stuff too, but the one thing I was saying earlier, sometimes with smoothies, you also want to kind of look at the smoothie and all the ingredients that you fill your blender with. You want to also think about how long that would take you to eat it. So you want to kind of enjoy your smoothie like a little bit over time, because you have to kind of think like if you're putting a whole bunch of greens and fruits and vegetables in there, like how long that would take you to eat, and kind of enjoy your smoothie. Not obviously as long because you're not chewing it and things like that, but always just keep that in mind when you are having your smoothie. And it also, smoothies are a great way to also put in a smoothie bowl, and sometimes just sitting down having that allows it to take a little bit longer to enjoy, and you can put some fun toppings. But always be like conscious and aware of like if you are adding in a lot of like nut butters or nuts or avocado or things like that. If you don't want to add like too much of that and too many sweet things like maple syrup or agave. I will definitely put like 1 or 2 dates usually in my smoothies, not every day, but mostly because I just feel like I want to have that sweetness to it, and that's a great alternative to add to your smoothie if you want to have it a little bit more sweeter. And but yes, just always being conscious of what you're putting in there, because it could easily add up calories, but also when you are having a smoothie, it just takes longer to digest and to go through your system, and it makes you feel full longer. So it's a great way to get in so many vital nutrients, antioxidants, all that kind of good stuff. So I personally usually like start my day after I work out, and I usually have like some form of a juice, and then a little bit later I will have my smoothie. And I really personally love both of them so much. So I usually do that every day. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to juice, and I don't want to have to clean the juicer and all of that stuff. And I definitely understand. But one thing that I have found over time is that I am just a big believer in, all of the things that you're doing and preparing every day with your meals and making homemade meals, is that you are really investing in your health and your wellness and your well-being and your body, and treating it with wholesome ingredients and whole foods. It really just is so essential for your overall wellness, along with holistic wellness, like getting good sleep, making sure that your stress levels are low and that you're working out and that you have good relationships, like all that play a role, because you can have as many juices and smoothies and all that kind of stuff, but if you are not really living a holistic, healthy lifestyle, it's not really going to do the same as if you live this holistic way in taking care of your mind and your body and your spirit every day with all these little things. But yes, so cleaning the juicer definitely can be a little bit much. So you actually can juice, you know, I will maybe juice 1 or 2 days of juices when I juice. Depends on my day. I enjoy preparing food, juicing, and all that kind of stuff. It just, to me, is just a form of like therapy in a way, so I really enjoy it, but I know sometimes I don't have the luxury of doing that, so you can make a bunch of juices and you know, put them in the refrigerator up to maybe like a day or 2. You always want to make sure that they're you know, sealed tightly in some kind of glass jar. I bought these on Amazon. I can share the link, or I think it's on my website somewhere. But you could just easily make a few of them so you have them ready to go if you don't really have a lot of time. And I will now share with you my favorite juicer that I have been using for a long time. And there are also different kinds of juicers. There's a cold press juicer, which this one is. This is a Nama a cold press juicer, but then there's also just a regular juicer that I do use as well. Hi everyone. And I love the Nama. I know a lot of people recently share I think it's the J2 Nama juicer, and that definitely is on my list for my birthday this year, because that one, you can literally just put like a whole like apple and all your ingredients in it. You can walk away and it just juices it for you. So that is pretty cool. I definitely want to get that. But as far as what I've been using for a long time is this juicer, and I absolutely love it. And it's not really that difficult to clean. Like really, seriously, you just take it apart, and it's really the one area where you have to just get the brush from under the sink. Issues. You also can use this to make plant-based milks. You can also make nut butters, and I believe you could do like a sorbet and stuff like that as well. I pretty much just use it for juicing, but that is the juicer that I do use. And then as far as my blender, I have shared this one a lot as well, and it is the Optimum I think it's G6.2 from Frothy, and this blender I love so much. I literally use it every day, if not like twice, 3 times a day, depending on what I am making. I can make in here my smoothies. You can use this thing to make nut butters. You can use it to make soups. You can use it to make baby food. You can use it to make nice cream. So much stuff, sauces. And this one actually has like 6 blades instead of 4 blades, which is great. And it's also commercial, industrial, blending capacity. Hello, thank you for joining in, everyone. And I really like just the design. It might be a little dirty. I am sorry. I just really seriously made my smoothie and brought it with me. And on here on the front, there's like just digital, like if you want to just even chop some vegetables, all you have to do is turn on this button and it just does whatever you want it to do, so you can walk away and get things done. I also make a lot of soups in here, like my carrot ginger soups, but it's great for just smoothies. There's a smoothie section on here, 45-second smoothie section. I usually will do it like 2 times, depending on, you know, if it's a lot of frozen items, then I usually do it at least 2 or 3 times. Depends on how thick you want to have it. And that's the other thing that I was sharing before, like a great thing to add to your smoothies and blending smoothies is peas, which have plant-based protein in them. And you can also add like your powders and things like that. You're always going to add to a smoothie. You're not going to really add those to a juice, but You can also add frozen cauliflower, frozen zucchini. So like if even in the summer here, I know in New Jersey, zucchini becomes very abundant. So you can take a bunch of it too and chop it up and freeze it and then add it to your smoothies, and you're getting in, you know, vegetables into your smoothie, plus it makes it nice and thick, and cauliflower does the same thing as well. So those are two things that I really love. And another tip that I was going to share about juicing, when you have the leftover pulp, you can always like save that, and you can use it, you can throw it like into your smoothie if you wanted to, but usually you can put it into, like if you're making a vegetable soup, you can also make little like ice cubes out of it. You can save it and also use it if you're making like a veggie like patty or something like that. So you can do a lot of stuff with it, or if you have a you know, a garden outside, you could go and put the stuff in there. I mean, there's just so much that you could do with it, so it doesn't have to go to waste. Or if you live by like a local farm, you can save a bunch of it and bring it over there, and they will use it. That's what I do sometimes, because I know I shared on my story, I only have like a small garden right now, like one of those garden beds on my deck, so I don't really have that much space to go and put my leftover pulp, which there's so much. I usually save it and use it in those things that I suggested. I just want to make sure, does anyone have any questions? Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining in. Yeah, so the thing with the juicing is that there is no fiber, so you're just really getting all the liquid and the juice from the fruits and the vegetables. And then when you are blending, you're gonna have the fiber, and that is so good because fiber is so essential and so needed for your microbiome and all that kind of good stuff. So personally, I love juicing and I love blending. I definitely do try to do both of them every day. The other thing too about making your homemade juices, like or smoothies, is that you know exactly what is inside of them. If you do go and order smoothies out, like just always be aware, like asking them what kind, if you're getting like you know, a almond milk or coconut milk, like if they have unsweetened ones and you know that kind of stuff, because some of them can have a lot of sugars and stuff like that, or sometimes they'll add in a lot of agave or maple syrup. So you just want to be kind of aware of that. And then also too, like the granola that they put on top of your smoothies and smoothie bowls, sometimes that stuff can be just packed with so much sugar. So you just want to be aware of that. It's not, I just like, if you want to do that, sometimes it's fine, but just overall, if you're doing that all the time, you think you're having like this healthy thing, but if there's all this sugar and stuff like that in that, it's not always the best thing for you. So making homemade things, and the same thing too with the juices. I mean, juices definitely can be loaded with a lot of sugar as well, from depending on what is inside of the juice. So always, like anything I say, like you have to just really read the labels and read things. And if you are ordering something out, just usually online, if they don't have it there on the board or whatever, they usually have it listed on what ingredients are in what you're ordering. But I'm a big believer in just, you know, homemade stuff and making your own meals and things. I definitely was someone that didn't do this all the time. It's only been in the last few years, and I've just noticed the difference in my overall wellness in doing so. And that's one of the reasons why I share here on Wellness with Missy on how easy it is to eat plant-based whole foods and to make your own stuff. And once you kind of get into it, it really doesn't seem as complicated. Maybe at first, like you don't want to bring out your blender or your juicer, but that's the other thing that I love to share, is that you just need to leave it out on your counter. If your blender is out, even if it doesn't look like the greatest kitchen layout, if it is there, if your blender is there, your juicer is there, and you see it, it's gonna remind you to make these things so you can nourish your body with whole foods and take care of your well-being, because you start to feel just so amazing. And both of them are very easy to clean too. And as far as with the blender, when I clean this, I usually put some, you know, kind of soap and water in it, and then I'll just like run the blender with it, and then usually just use a little brush. So it's definitely, with the juicer, it could be involved because you have to take the time to go and kind of clean it out. So I definitely understand that, but I think that it's definitely worth it. Maybe if you don't do it every day, at least if you do make a bunch of it, you can have it for a few days as well. And for everyone who just recently joined in too, I was sharing today, the difference between juicing and blending, and my 2 favorite recipes that I pretty much my go-tos, and I will leave them like below down in the post. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to DM me or message me. But I also did share earlier how the last time I was at Costco, I found this big, huge box of ginger, organic, which I thought was awesome, and I had to share it because when I was in the refrigerator section, having like my organic fruits or something, I was like, oh, what's that over there? It was over by the mushrooms, and I didn't realize it, and when I opened and I came closer to it, I was like, oh my goodness, it's ginger. I absolutely love ginger. It is great. You can add it to smoothies and juices. You can make, tea with it. You can use it to cook. So much stuff, and it's so good for you. It's so good for inflammation and digestion, all that kind of good stuff. So if you do come across this huge box of ginger, definitely get it. If you need recipes, just DM me, or if you could check out my website and my Instagram here. I usually leave a bunch of, whenever I share a recipe, it's usually like in the post or at the bottom. So it's very easy to follow and make those things, because I know when I first started eating plant-based whole foods, I thought it was just be so complicated. It did take me a little time to kind of get, used to making my own meals, making things and all that kind of stuff. But it's like anything else, everyone, you start somewhere, you just do it little by little, and eventually it just becomes like your lifestyle and what you do. So if you do have any questions, be sure to always message me or leave them below. Thank you so much for everyone who's joined me today. I'm so grateful. I hope that you found this information to be inspiring or helpful in some way. And any requests or things you want me to share on my upcoming lives, just send me a DM, or if you follow me, check my stories, because I usually ask up there what you'd like me to share. But thank you so much. I am sending lots of love and light, and I wish you guys a happy and healthy one. Bye everyone. Thank you.